Heretics.
No,
Huh?
it's a conspiracy theory because they're friends. They must.
No, they didn't play that much back then. They were both streamers, but they didn't play. They didn't play at all actually, and they barely like spoke.
So when Hiko got it right, were you really surprised and shouted, "Hiko, are you kidding me?" Did you do that?
I didn't quite shout that, but
Okay.
it was kind of strange. It was at the major in 2014, DreamHack Winter. It was a really surreal situation because I've spoken with him before. I've played a couple of games with him before then. But then I met him at a bar where he was sitting with the entire Cloud9 back then. Stunner was on it. Shroud.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Skadoodle.
No.
Who's the
Skadoodle
final
wasn't
player?
playing with him right back then, was he?
Yeah, he was.
He was. Wow. Was it Freakside?
No. I don't remember the last player. It doesn't matter all that much.
Sean
But
Gaz?
yeah, Sean Garris for sure. So yeah, I met Hiko at the bar, and he was like, "Yo, you want to join us for a beer?" And I was like, "Me? Are you sure?" He's a very nice guy, and it's the biggest reason why he's like my favorite pro player, because he's so down to earth and he's such a good person.
Yeah, he was he was actually one of my favorite pro players, like originally in the game as well. Just being like that North American clutch master, and being so chill, so cold. What an assassin! Start things off. It's a shame that we don't really see as much of Hiko nowadays. It's a shame.
Was that a weird flex, by the way?
No. What
I'm not trying to flex at all.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was going to say I never flexed.
About me like meeting Hiko.
Yeah, what a weird flex. Everybody bougie in chat. Bougie, weird flex. No, I'll do a couple of weird flexes in a minute. I'll flex my calves or something. I don't know. Anyway, 0-0, live into this game. I took all the attention off of that. Of course, the knife rounds where we start. Heretics won the previous knife round, so obviously here on Mirage, we are seeing if they do it again. Maybe there is knife round magic in the air for Heretics because they take their second out of 2 maps. I'll start on the CT side here on Mirage as well. So Izako Boars, remember, they had a very poor start there on Dust 2. Then they were able to claw it back, take it back, and then on their CT side, they're really able to shut it down. Neither on their map pick, we're expecting to see some executes, some real skill coming to play. So here we go, open a pistol.
Yeah, the thing about this map is, once again, Izako Boars, they don't play all that many officials. And by official, I mean matches that are covered on HLTV. So yes, they have a better win percentage here on Mirage, but they've only played it 3 times in the last 3 months. They've won 1 out of those 3. Heretics, they've played it 10 times in the last 3 months, and they've recently won 2 of those times. So this could really go either way. Neeks is going to get the opening frag, though. Devaduvet gets taken down immediately. A push up towards top of mid as Maka connects on to Exus. Kiyoshima just patiently waiting for his teammates to get in position so he can go for the retake alongside with them. He spots a couple of players close by. Patitek is in a good spot here. Should be able to get something done at the very least. It is going to be lost, though. Neeks as well. Kiyoshima answering back with one of his own, looking for even more. But now going to get bullied out of position as he forced to go for the reload. David P, last man standing with that USP. Posted up in a bit of an awkward spot as his position is already known. They heard him jump over here. He is going to get pushed upon from multiple angles. It is going to be the player on short who spots him. Won't be able to take him down just yet. David P is rushing away from it.
Boom. David P does survive. Sometimes the bomb takes 1 armor off you. Might have been the case there. You can't get the head armor, of course. He picks up a Molotov and that HE instead. Going into this second round in just a few moments, of course. Heretics going for somewhat of force buy here in round number 2. Maka not fully investing, wanting to keep another 650 dollars in his pocket. But Izako Boars, you can see, going for a very heavy rifle setup. Not a single SMG on their side. So maybe expecting the Heretics team, yep, to go for that buy, knowing that that is pretty much the standard in CS now. Can't remember the last time that you saw a team take a full eco without the scoreline being 12 to 13 and unable to lose a round or so. So there you go. And I do feel like teams are actually getting better at dealing with force buys and getting better at these anti-ecos. It's something that Threat from Nip often talked about, was the anti-ecos, allowing teams to save so they force ball, and how to deal with those anti-ecos without losing so many players. So this time, Izako Boars performing admirably. 35 seconds left on that bomb before it explodes. So he's just got now 30 seconds to save before... Oh, and he's not going to be able to do it. Gets taken away by Petitek. So here in the third round, what's the buy going to be? I think it will be a full save from Heretics. So 3 lots of HEs picked up from the Heretic side as they throw them out in the early portions here. And with a minute 41 left, T-Tech now has to fall back. Heretics, they've got full control of ramp. Of course, Izako Boars wanting to come in from the side and behind. Him getting taken down as well. That's 2 players gone, and Petitek's very, very low. Heretics can now... Oh, Dave Do actually picks up 2. What an outrageous performance there from Heretics.
What just happened? Look at this from Devduvik. This is sick. Nice headshot on the first, just body shots on the second. CSET 75, okay. But yeah, I want to point out, you actually made a pretty good point about the anti-ecos. It's something that's, well, it should have become easier to defend for those anti-ecos now that the Galil and the FAMAS has been buffed. The problem is that the price on the SG has been nerfed a little bit. It's become slightly more expensive, which means that it's one of the best weapons on the T side. I say one of because AWP is better in my opinion. AK gets more kills in big events than the SG, so I'm not like, as most people say that it's the most OP weapon currently. I'm not like a big fan of that saying, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a bandwagon, isn't it? Players posting out there like,
I think
most OP weapon of all time.
Yeah, the thing is, most of them don't remember the Tech 9. Do you remember when that was OP?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like, legitimately a mini SMG. You could bind both your mouse buttons to fire, and you could use it as an SMG.
Unbelievable. Either way,
Ooh.
playing these angles perfectly and picking up all 3. Nothing that really Luz can do here. Yashima's going to finish him from the side. Level up their scoreline from 2 to 2. So this felt like a pretty one-sided start that Izako Boars were just going to continue with the momentum and run away with things again. Look at this third shot here. Isn't that gorgeous? Neats doesn't even know what hit him. Yeah, 2 to 2. So yeah.
2-2 on the board, yeah. Izako Boars, they had a pretty good start to this one. The last couple of rounds have gone in the favor of Heretics, and this should be another one in their favor. But now, Izako Boars are going to be lining up for an A execute, just to make sure that they get that bomb down. See if they can get a bit of extra money for the next. It's not going to happen. There you have it. Nice and easy hold. Probably the easiest hold here for Heretics. That looks so brilliant.
Yeah, that was too easy, wasn't it? 3 to 2, and the Heretics money, off the back of a lot of that confidence, has really started to rock and roll. They are firing on all cylinders right now. 3 very fast, assertive rounds. Their money's starting to build up. Look at that. Kiyashima up to $6,400. Everybody up to at least a couple of thousand. And with 1 minute 40 on the board, it is the Izako Boars to try and make this sort of underpass push. David P instantly walks into that headshot. Right into the dome. Luz, a great little opening pick. Hasn't had a massive amount of them today, but yeah, David P getting absolutely slammed on the offset. And this will activate an A-split. Only the one player, Petitek, hidden in within Palace. And Luz, he's instantly in for the second shot. Lucky's the next man in line. He's over by Sandwich, and Luz is about to finish him off also. 3 fast packs for him, and that's the whole of the A-bomb side exposed. Bomb down, and nothing Heretics can do here. They will set up for the exits. Remember that the Izako Boars money, they've got about $1,000 between them, so nothing that they can really do in terms of force buys if they were to lose a round. It's so crucial that they survive with as many players as possible, and they're going on quite an aggressive hunt. Exus, he's going to be the... Oh, he misses that angle! Oh, paint! But he doesn't quite connect. Mako could have just about got away with that. Davidovec, he is going to go for the ninja here, so... He's just about got enough time. He's going for it now, though. He's going for it now. No, it's just a bit too far away. Can't quite connect. And that wouldn't have been the win anyway. So he will give away his AK-47. Takes 2 players with him. So I wouldn't say that's quite a worthwhile trade. But yeah, no defuse there.
Yeah, I like the attempt. It's something that we see quite a bit on a map like this. But unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for him. He did manage to pull 2 players with him, as you said, and that will help them out as they move forward, because obviously, Heretics, they have plenty of money to buy out once more, as they should have. And Izako Boars, pretty much all their money invested into this round, so if they lose this, it's potentially a swing round here. If Heretics wins, should be able to string 2 together. Izako Boars, same goes for them. Pretty much everything invested into this one. Looks like Izako Boars will be able to muster up a pretty solid force buy, even if they lose this one. So that is definitely something going slightly in their favor.
They really need to pull something back here. Of course, Macca's once again got that AWP. He's going to be wanting opening shots, especially on a map like Mirage with far invested, engaged angles. You always want to be finding those opening pickups. He, this time, is playing over by Ticket Booth, so can always look towards short, but instantly gets picked by Neeks. That jump peak seems to really cost players. We saw it in the previous series where Mirage came into play, and also in this one. That jump peak, obviously, players from short spot it, and then they know, right, Ticket Booth. That is the option. I've got to be watching there. Gonna have to hit this shot first. There's no opportunity to flick against some of these high-tier AWPers. 30 seconds on the board. They need to hurry up, and it is going to be an A play once again. Keo's going to be the man of the moment. A bit of support from CT Spawn, but he's going to have to hold down Max 1 and find a massive spray. He's still alive, but not for long. Is lucky. He springs to life. David P drops. A spray down doesn't connect, and it's only Davidovec remaining. Bomb will go down, up in default, and Izako Boars will have players left, right, center, and right in front of him for the AWP shot.
LOOT.BET, made for live betting.
So here into round number 8. Meeks, it's an aggressive shot. David P caught off guard, of course, just against pistols. He could get now overwhelmed. Only 9 HP. Exus is the savior. And now this AWP can try and stay alive.
It's not boding well here for Heretics, and as I said, Izako Boars picking up that previous should be able to pick up this one in fairly strong fashion as well. It's Exus. The smoke comes through, and that means that he's not going to be able to catch the kills right off the bat, at the very least. Could potentially find them the second time around. Neek's missing his opportunity as well. Daviduvik gonna get taken down here. That's now gonna be all on Kyoshima. That's gonna be 5-3 now for Izako Boars. I mean, not quite yet, but in just a moment. And soon enough, yeah, indeed. Kyoshima gets taken down as well. He had a pretty good opportunity, but misses a couple of shots here. The back hitbox is a little bit wonky, a little bit weird, and it's very tough to hit like the back of a head on any of your opponents. When you think about it, it actually makes decent sense, I would say.
Does it?
Like the back of the head is definitely smaller than your face region, right?
No.
In real life as well.
Wait, what? What do you want about? No, it's just because it's covered by hair, so it looks smaller.
No, I disagree.
I
don't think so.
We need to get a scientist in here or something. Is the back
No.
of a head smaller than the front of a head?
Like,
let's do a Twitch chat poll. What do we think? Do we think same
oh
or bigger?
my God.
Who
Don't
thinks
ask
that the...
Twitch chat.
No, they know everything, man. Right, is the back of the head bigger or the same as the front of your head? Or smaller? Is it smaller? Is it smaller, the same? Who thinks the back is bigger? Or the back... You say the back is smaller. So who thinks that the back of the head is smaller? Face is different, is bigger than the back. Smaller.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm saying.
Think about the chin.
See, I'm not that stupid. I'm actually making sense.
Smaller. Back is definitely smaller. Okay, well, if Twitch chat agrees with you, I'll give it to you. We've consulted
And I
other
even
experts.
Insulted Twitch chat and said, "Don't ever ask them about anything." But they're behind me this time around, so maybe I'll go back.
And it's a straight push into the B bomb site, and Luz again finds an opening. David P swings through the smoke, but he's got more work to do. 4 players encroaching onto his position, and that drops the bomb out in the open. Exus can't really respond, as he's kind of scared of Kitchen, doesn't know when the third player is going to move his way through, and it's already happened. Exus allows Petitek to die, but takes 2 for his troubles. He needs to find a little bit more, though, as he has got Neeks ready and waiting to pounce and respond. But Exus needs to hit the headshot, and he does. It's a third for him. David P is swinging around, but Exus finds everything. It's all 4 for him. He just rotates his way around that bomb site and finds absolutely everything. We're about to see an Exus highlight reel here. Just look at those 2 kills. That really opened everything up. And that third swing was beautiful as well.
He goes.
They're saying that
completely...
Exus has a small chin.
Maybe. He goes completely Travis Scott in this one. I love it. I absolutely love it. Hope someone got that reference. Just one person, I'll be happy.
Not me.
I know you didn't, Squid.
My reference
uncultured guy. Travis Scott got a song called Sicko Mode.
No, I know that he sings Written in the Stars with little, I don't know, somebody else.
Okay, get out of here.
Is it Tinchy Strider and Travis Scott? Something like that. Is Tinchy Strider a thing? That is such an odd name, isn't it? Tinchy Strider. Tinchy. What's that even mean?
I'm not entirely sure, and I'm not entirely sure what it means for Heretics right here. They should probably be thinking about maybe putting in more work. I mean, I know it's like we're getting close to December and all that, and winter is coming, as they say. But I don't know, man. This is... I said before this game started, Heretics, clear favorites to make this a 2-0. Now it looks like the complete opposite, and I hate being wrong, so they gotta step up their game. This is not looking great here for Heretics. Izako Boars are definitely playing the better game. They did on Dust 2, and they're doing it here on Mirage as well.
Can somebody please tell me who sang Written in the Stars?
Are you still on about that?
Yeah, I mean, somebody said it wasn't even Travis Scott.
No. I think he was talking about me. Yeah, Sicko Mode is Travis Scott and Drake.
Drake. Well, yeah, either way. 7-3. A quadruplet of automatic rifles for the Boars side. And that flash is perfect just to bait Lucky away from that angle. They don't want him peeking into mid whilst that cross is in full effect. It leaves Exus so many different angles to be watching on his cross inwards. Lucky, gets spotted. And it's 2 lots of headshot wall bangs. Unbelievable stuff from the Boars to open up. There's a third. And David P now needs to throw in hyper-aggression to even come close to finding this 11th round. Don't think it's going to happen. Izako Boars just seem very confident, and they're throwing in what I like to call Polish CS. Extreme aggression to what... Wow, that is star stuff from Kiyoshima, isn't it? That's nasty.
I mean, Kyo has had a couple of good kills here and there, but the problem is he's never supposed to be the star player in a lineup. He's never been a star player in a lineup. He's always been sort of like either like a supportive role or an anchor or something like that. He's not supposed to be the star player. So we need to see some of the other players stepping up a little bit for this one. So we cannot have Kiyoshima being... I'm not sure if he's the top fragger right now. I'll figure that out in a second. I think he's definitely up there, though.
So, yeah, I said Travis Scott was in Written in the Stars. Apparently, it's not even him. It's Tiny Temper and Eric Turner. So
as I said, uncultured.
Yeah, I don't know anything. That is, I did used to have that song probably as my ringtone when I was 8 years old, 10 years old. But, you know... It's
yeah, you're super young, right?
Yeah, I'm only 21. So I had
that's awkward.
I had a Sony Ericsson. But
yeah, I had an Ericsson. That's how old I am.
Sony Ericsson. You won't be getting a Sony Ericsson if you bet on LOOT.BET though, because they're giving away an iPhone 10 or an iPhone X, depending on where you come from. You can do that by betting. You can bet, or it might even be an iPhone 11. Maybe I'm wrong. What is it, G? What are they giving away?
Good question.
Nobody knows. Go and find out. Either way, couple of opening frags coming through. Izako Boars starting this one off strong, of course. And the Deagle can't quite connect for Lucky, but that one does. Maka makes an absolute mess of things on the A-bomb site. And these final 2 players trying to recede back. Great headshot. Exus, that was just way too many repeats for Lucky, wasn't it? He should have probably just fallen back and counted his lucky stars. That he was even alive in that situation. David P's down to 2 HP. And now Izako Boars can decide to recede or go straight back into A. But with the long flank that's come through from David P, they just can't recede back. And that allows Heretics to go for no players on the defensive on the B-bomb site. There's no way that they can backtrack. And now them sitting towards Rampant Palace is not going to be a surprise at all. This is usually used to bait a player onto A or B. I think Izako Boars will be expecting a relatively empty A-bomb site, but they're not going to get it. They're going to have a player on stairs and a player towards jungle. Here's Davidovic. He'll be the first line of contact here. They're actually watching towards connector. Why are they watching this angle? There's no way with... Of course, David P watching here that they could be from behind. And there are 2 players falling. Heretics. I don't know why they were watching connector there. No way that Izako Boars could have come from that side of the map. But nevertheless, we'll find the kills.
Finally, the 4th round on the board here for Heretics. It is looking a little bit better. We typically say that, at least in top tier Counter-Strike, that this map is slightly T-sided. I would still, say that Heretics should be the favorites in this one, even though the stats suggest that they're not like amazing on Mirage. They have more experience than the Izako Boars, should be able to put that to good use. Kiyoshima does exactly that as he finds a nice little double headshot. Eventually going to get taken down here. Maka taking a lot of damage. Still barely alive on the back of the side over towards triple stack. In the meantime, the rest of Izako Boars realizing that it's going to be a tough one to bring it in towards the A bomb site. So instead, they're going to be rushing with knife out back towards the B bomb site. Do have one player going for the rotation. That's going to be Maka. He's going to try and greet them over towards B. And he does exactly that. A nice shot coming in from Maka, changing up his position ever so slightly. Trying to find a different angle. Will do exactly that. A beautiful shot on towards Neeks as well. It's going to be all on Pat's attack. Maka with just 9 HP, catching a nice little double kill here. And gets the triple as well. Maka finally showing up towards the later stages of the first half. And that's exactly what they need to potentially bring this one back.
Yeah, very important stuff there. 5-8 for Team Heretics. And we will see that, obviously, on the replay. Kiyoshima doing really good work on the A-bomb site. 2 players from Heretics doing everything here. 5-8. Important score to get back on the board. You can see that. There's betting odds reflected. Start of this 14th round. 2 players heading towards this A-bomb site for Heretics. Molotov's instantly down. Now 3 and 4 as it's only Davidovic over by B. And he might be greeted very, very shortly. You can see that Izako Boars really likes putting in this default. Playing just back in passive on the offset. Not allowing Heretics to go for any over-aggression. And to spur on any players pushing. See that Kiyoshima, if he walked towards left side of connector, he could very quickly get taken down, even with the smoke in place. And he might be about to do that. You can see that he's very tempted. He knows the danger spots towards mid, and that upper side of connector is certainly one of them. He looked like he was going to go for a peek there, and obviously that bullet in the back of the wall, you can see that it was a shot whiffed and a shot missed. Kiyoshima luckily staying alive. This is going to be the must-win round for both teams. If Izako Boars take it, then they're going to be like substantially ahead at the end of this half. Probably a 10-5, permitting that no pistol shenanigans come in. Or Heretics. What a opening shot from Teo. Lucky he's going to be the next man on the defensive. Spots out the smoke falling through. And I don't think they're going to be expecting Maka here. They haven't quite spotted him just yet. And Davidovic, right from the short position, able to sweep away too. Now Tech, only 15 seconds left. Has to change up his approach. He's running out of time. He might as well just rotate. I don't know if he's even got enough time now, as he's let it just wash away. There's no opportunity to go for this round. He might even die after the clock's finished. Molotov won't force him out. He'll survive.
I see the chat thinks that I'm ahead of you guys. I'm just like really good at predicting.
He's really good at casting.
It's like I have a 5 hit, so I'm really, really good at predicting. I can see the future.
Nobody did the joke that casters spoiling.
I think someone actually. I think I saw that in chat. Yeah.
I thought I was first to it. I'd be a great Twitch chat member.
I think so too. And I don't mean that as a compliment.
I'm basically just like a walking, talking Twitch chat.
Like a Papega.
A Papega? What is that?
Oh my. Chat, he's not one of us.
A Papega? No, I don't really know that much about Twitch chat.
Eight, 6 as we're heading into the final round here. Well, we've been in the final round for quite some time already. Loss missing his opportunity right off the bat, but Davidovic posted up in a decent position, could potentially find the frag here. Loss forced to fall back and does eventually get taken down by Davidovic. David P with a nice shot onto Neeks. Okay. It's looking a little bit better here for Heretics. pretty good comeback already for Heretics. Exus does manage to find one, but never do that with a quick trade. It's now going to be all on Patitek and Tao. Tao, nice shots.
Yeah, 3 versus 2 here. These pair of T's trying to move their way in, and of course that nade does quite nicely connect. David P eats one back, but responds viciously and violently. Only Patitek remaining, and he finds both. David P, no reason to be posted right up above things there, and Kiyoshima will actually swing out in the nick of time. So 7 rounds on the board. That's a bit of a save for Heretics there. Now they've got their T side, and definitely an opportunity to close this map out and force us to map 3. I think that we're going to a map 3. I think Heretics actually has the prestige to carry this comeback through. And let's just see a couple of those star moments of that first half here. David Tebek is probably going to be a frequent to this replay reel.
Yeah, as you see, Heretics didn't have the greatest start on this one, but they managed to bring it back. Izako Boars first to get the lead at this point. But towards the later stages of the first half, Heretics definitely bringing it back, and it's good to see that they haven't lost hope, so to speak. At the very least, they are still fighting to bring this one back. They've managed to bring it back to 7 at the very least. And as I said, it is a slight T-sided map, at least in top-tier Counter-Strike. So that would suggest that there's potential here for Heretics to bring this one all the way back, perhaps.
Going straight down mid with a trail of 3 players. Exus instantly gets his head blown clean off. Neeks is going to be the first man to spot anything, but misses some very easy shots there. And you can't afford to do that on the pistol. That could have been 2 or 3 frags, but it only leaves Luz on his own. This has really fallen apart. I don't think anybody really necessarily expected Izako Boars to just crumble on the A bomb site. What a pistol round for Heretics. That was really brutal. And if that's a sign of what's to come, then this is going to be a very easy, clean comeback. Remember that we saw Izako Boars behind at the start of the first map here. Heretics coming back after being behind here on the second.
Yeah, picking up the pistol is definitely going to help them as they move forward, especially considering that Izako Boars did manage to secure the victory on that first map. Was very close the entire way through. Ended up 16-14 in the favor of Izako Boars. Now Heretics, they need this one so desperately. But you gotta be thinking to yourself, even if they manage to bring it back in this one, can they actually do anything?
Yeah, it's definitely a tall order, isn't it? Because there's a 3-map series potentially here. And Heretics, despite losing that first map, it was 16-14. That could have been an easy 2-0 for them. And remember that Kiyoshima was literally 1 bullet away from taking it to overtime there. He just missed a couple of tapaways. Maybe if he had sprayed the third and final player, he would have been able to take it to OT. But missing 1 shot literally cost them that whole map in the end. Obviously, there were other issues as well leading up to that. However, it could have all been something much, much different if Kyo had only hit 1 bullet. So it all comes down to very small and short margins, yes. Izako Boars finally with rifles in their hands here in the third of the half. 4 lots of M4A4s. No AUGs, no weird shenanigans, no XMs. It's a very clean round. You barely ever see this here in CS. Heretics actually quite cleanly out towards the A-bomb site. So already past what little utility the Boars have. But Teo's obviously in the back lines towards B. We'll spot 1 out. But the bomb, it's been actually thwarted towards the A-bomb site. Now Luz can make the flank known. However, I think that they'll be checking for this one. Maka has his back turned towards A main here, and Luz suddenly pounces. A 3-on-2, but Heretics could still hold it here as the bomb is planted all out in the open. Dev finally loses, and it's only Keo versus 2. Needs a secondary headshot, can't find it, and that will be the defuse.
Defuse going in the favor of Izako Boars, and Izako Boars picking up their 9th. Again, bringing it right back. We're all tied up once again. Again, it's not looking great for Heretics. I'm pretty much a broken record at this point, but for a good reason. I expected way more for Heretics in this one.
I actually think that they're doing okay. They've actually been able to bring this back somewhat. They certainly have chances here, especially if they're going to find little openings like that. Obviously, that just came down to another Keo 1 versus 1. So, unable to pull it through. And remember, we always say that Mirage is ever so slightly T-sided. But you do often see those heavily CT-sided halves. So yeah, it's one of the weirder maps in the pool.
Yeah, so set nuke, the 3rd and final for this series, could be an issue. Izako Boars have the better win rate on it. But Heretics have the better, or the more amounts played.
Wow.
Ooh, nice little movement coming in from Neeks. Good bunny hop movement.
What a joke. How'd you even find that shot? That's unbelievable.
It's a 4-on-3 favoring Heretic. Again, could potentially be an issue here for Izako Boars for this one. It seems like they are just going to fall back. So they don't really have that much money to work with. Neeks does have that AWP, but he's so very low on HP. Decides to just fall back instead, and makes pretty good sense. So there's going to be another round on the board for Heretics. And furthermore, Izako Boars are going to be a bit limited for the next one. So this is definitely like one of the best opportunities that Heretics have had this entire map. This gives them a real opportunity of actually bringing this one back and potentially grabbing a bit of an extended lead here towards the end of it.
I actually agree with those odds. I think that Heretics are like fairly heavy favorites here in this second map. And then probably now in the series in general, since Nuke is a very wild map a lot of the time. Anything can really happen. 10-9 now. Remember, CT side for Izako Boars, so that money is going to be pressured and stretched unless they can find multiple rounds in a row. And that requires these entry frags that they just haven't been finding. Smokes over in apps, and David P evades that HE. Neeks is one and done, and Smack is able to smacker him away. 1 minute 30 on the board, and Heretics obviously playing aggressively towards two sides of the map on a double front, with Lucky over towards Palace. David P just stuck in apps. Double AK-47 on 4 players. Also, Izako Boars have the 3 lots of M4A4s along with Luz's MP9. So you'd be expecting him to play up close and personal, which he is over by apps. However, the play isn't coming in towards that side. Instead, it's going to be the infamous A split that we've seen Heretics put into play so many times. Exus just takes a shallow peek out. T-Tech misses his opportunity and shot. Exus needs to do everything here, but he doesn't quite catch the second, and the A site falls once more. As Toa can't prevent this bomb from going down. Clock strikes 40, and now Toa does find one more, as he's got players to his left and right. The David P. AWP stretches inside, and he's got the Glock in hand. Toa with another one, and they know exactly where David's playing from. He can just smoke and defuse here. He hasn't quite got the kit, which is now stuck in the corner, but he should have been on this bomb so long ago. David P. right over the top. What took Luz so long?
Of course, Loss had to find the kit here as Exus dies with it. It's actually not him, it's actually Tao? No, it was
Oh, it
dropped
was
before
Luz.
Exus actually
What took him
died.
so bloody long? It's not a game of hide
I
and
don't know.
seek. His teammate's calling where the kit is. Oh, it's right in the corner under ladder. It's easy. That should have been a freebie round, but just shows when you're the more rookie team, when the odds definitely aren't in your favor, you can make very, very amateurish mistakes. Izako Boars making one right there. Forced the Miko.
I was looking real good in this round here for Heretics, for good reason as well, as they've invested fully into it. Izako Boars were on an eco. Yeah, as I said, giving a real good opportunity there for Heretics to get a couple of rounds on the board and take a bit of an extended lead, which is exactly what they do. That's going to be 3 rounds lead here for Heretics. Now, finally, enough money for Izako Boars to buy up once more. Exus is playing with the AWP and Neeks as well. Double op setup here. Don't have the greatest amount of utility, but they do have some. Now it does look like Heretics want to go for something incredibly fast towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, they need to stop this attack incredibly quickly. Exus is going to be the first man just scoping in with the AWP, and nobody flashes him, leaves him a very open angle to find 2 frags. Luz can't get his job done. He's definitely gone to sleep, but Neek certainly hasn't. 3 frags on the B bomb site, swinging, dodging and weaving, finding a trio of frags. And now David P picks back up the AWP. He wants 3 more, but timing doesn't really work out in his favor. It can be retrieved. They're going to go for the double up here. Now Izako Boars back onto double digits.
Izako Boars bringing it right back. Double digits, as you say, right now. This is a bit interesting in my opinion. Maybe a bit too heavily favoring Heretics here. 1.16 odds for Heretics at this point. I'm not sure if I agree with that. That should be just for this map. Even so, there's definitely a win chance here for Izako Boars.
I agree. They did say 0% earlier. 0% for somebody. T-Tech, he's really started to wake up. 3 fast frags as Heretics get crushed on A once again. And that's the bomb down. So this scoreline might be closed up. And that little 16% chance noted for Heretics, or for the Boars, might be about to increase. David P, again, another 1v3. Don't think there's anything he can do. And he hasn't got his trusty AWP this time. He hasn't got the trusty bomb on his back either. So this one, even though the last one seemed hard, this one is maybe insurmountable, maybe even harder. He needs a headshot here, and Neeks is going to instantly gift him hit. And next, Neeks even was still all about in the open. It was actually Exus.
LOOT.BET, made for live betting.
Neeks Exus, what's the difference? 12-11 here. The Boars making the comeback a reality. Exus picking up the AWP once again. And Neeks got the secondary. So now the B rush that they wanted to put into place a couple of rounds ago is now finally coming to fruition. Luz at the back of this site.
Oh.
They get taken apart and ripped to pieces by the MAC-10s. A trio of frags as Maka smacks back. And this has fallen absolutely apart. Izako Boars, they're going to be scratching their head now. What just happened?
Yeah. I'm a little bit baffled there. Obviously the first shot was very tough to land. But even so,
No, it wasn't.
you're not
He's a
supposed to
professional
allow...
Nah. It wasn't a hard shot. He's a professional.
Oh,
You
it
need to
was.
be hitting that all the time. Through window, you've got to be prepared for somebody to jump up. I know that they're playing fast and in your face, but you can't get flustered in those situations. And it feels like that's 2 times now where Izako Boars have just panicked on the B bomb site, I swear.
So the way to combat something like that, when you're getting flashed, if you're playing from bench or if you're playing from archers, the way you combat it is to either counter flash while you're flashed or throw down a smoke that you can sort of hide in. That gives you an opportunity to buy a bit more time for you to regain your sight, so to speak, and then answer back immediately after. But it looked like Izako Boars didn't really do anything in that round. This round is a good start here for Heretics once again. Once again, it is going to be a bit of a limited buy here for Izako Boars.
Bomb down. Nothing that the Boars can do about it. We might be going to nuke a third and final map here between these two teams. It does seem like the Boars are on their last legs here. Didn't really have enough money in round number 25 to go for any sort of significant buy. I'd like us to be playing a little more aggressive here. He's only got a USP. He could have easily found that shot, maybe even picked up and ran away with an AK-47. Every little helps in these rounds, and there's no point just hiding in there. I know that he's expecting somebody to just come down underpass without checking it, but realistically, that's not going to happen. You need to hide and then take the fight at the right time. So now Heretics, you see those odds closing in more and more and more. The Boars heavily expecting a third and final map here.
Heretics looking a little bit better towards the end of it, but again, I cannot help but think that this is simply not good enough. Heretics should have been better the entire way through, and they've been hardcore put to the test for this. Izako Boars, on the other hand, they've played pretty well on Dust 2 and here on Mirage as well, which again doesn't look great for Heretics. I mean, we saw the odds before we went into this game. I believe it was like 1.2 something for Heretics and 3 point something for Izako Boars. Again, just suggesting that Heretics are the clear favorites for this one, but Izako Boars definitely putting up a fight.
Yeah, this is tough. David P stretching inside. I expected a slight response from Luz there, but he has been a little slow on the trigger so far this game. Right around this corner, and Luz almost letting it go here. 73 HP finally taken away. Teo, he's the next player in line, and he gets caught right out of the window. Heretics are waking up here on Mirage. Bomb down, ready and raring to go. It will be map point here, and a third map on the cards for this Heretic side, who, as you said, was so favored. I think the odds were 1.24. And right now, Meeks trying to go for headshot after headshot, but he's got more and more to hit if he wants to save with this AUG. Don't think it's going to happen. 99, here comes the CZ75. And it's an absolute wash away as Heretics. We said that maybe Mirage is slightly T-sided, but yeah, this has been something else, hasn't it?
Definitely has. I mean, we spoke about it in the break. We definitely thought this was going to be a fairly easy and convincing victory in favor of Heretics. But then as the game starts, it's definitely like a different scenario. Dust 2 was back and forth the entire way through, not something we quite expected. And Mirage, much the same. A bit back and forth, but pretty much back and forth the entire way through, actually. Bit of a one-for-one trait to start off here. As Patitech will find one of his own onto Davidovic.
So just hidden in between with a minute 2 on the board. Nexus He hasn't been quite neutralized just yet. Finds a good headshot with the FAMAS. Now wants to swing out and make the cross known. That Molotov's not going to slow him down whatsoever. Luz with another. Remember, 4 in a row on the trot would be for the Boars overtime. Maka now needs the 1v1 to close things down. 1 kill between the Heretics and Nuke. Izako Boars need this 1v1 to stay in the series, or stay in the map at least. Luz not making his peak known just yet, still hidden within jungle. Maka using every available second on the board, and maybe, just maybe wants to rotate towards this B bomb site. He will run out of time before he can go for this full ship walk through. Great headshots, Maka finds it. Unbelievable spray down there to put them through. Look at this.
The blind hero, most kills while blind.
Who is it?
That's pretty cool. It's David P.
Oh, yeah, no, I see it. The UCC logo's in the way. My bad. My bad. I'm not really a professional. I just snuck onto this broadcast. Either way, we'll pick up with a better caster, a more professional player during this break before we come to Nuke in about 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere.